winner here goes to the Super Bowl, and we'll know soon enough which team that'll be as we are underway in the AFC title game. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So now the Ravens getting ready for their first go on offense. And they will be led out by their 6'4" quarterback. First down, he'll drop to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Dennis. And, oh, he is really laid out that time. Knocked flat on his back. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up second down. And the big boys up front in the trenches. What do you think of the O-line, Charles?
I love them because this is a group that's so cohesive. They know what the man next to them is going to do at all times, and they operate as a terrific unit.
Second and 5.
Here we go now. Boom,
The first carry now for Rob Kelly. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll make it third down.
I'd say the staff that's up in the booth watching the game, they may want to file that one away. See how fast the free safety closed to make that play? Might want to check into a throw the next time.
Back to throw here. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. It'll be a loss of 1, and that's going to bring up a fourth down. A pass for negative yardage, obviously no good. Maybe he shouldn't have thrown it, or maybe he shouldn't have caught it.
And I think we were seeing it at the same time, weren't we? Maybe you let that one go, right? Because you can see the lost yardage about to develop. But that goes against every instinct of a receiver. They're taught to catch everything. So it's really hard to be mad at him and yell at him for trying to make that play.
On is the punter, Cook, who sends it away. Fielded at about the 28. Nice move at the 40. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And out will come the offense as they take over. Here come the Bengals now to take over. They'll be led out by the former Texas Christian University Horned Frog, Andy Dalton.
And there's no substitute for experience in this league. And what it usually leads to, a whole lot of confidence. Andy Dalton is sharp with where to go with the football now. I think he sees reads before they actually even happen. He can sense them now, and he is one of the better quarterbacks in the NFL.
The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon, and he'll be brought down. At the 48-yard line.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
Some room to work. 20. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. A great effort there. 48 yards. And the Bengals are going to take a first quarter lead. And maybe starting the campaign for another Offensive Player of the Week award in the AFC.
Yeah, strike up the band, right? They're going to lead him along, and the band being that offensive line, he's locked into the rhythm of what they're doing up front, and he's definitely off to that great start, a second straight week.
Now with the play clock about to expire, we get a whistle and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And we're back. The offense had a chance to talk things over. We'll see what they come up with here on this next play. Here's a toss coming right, and he will get in to make it 8-0. Only had a couple of yards to gain there on the 2-point conversion, and they were able to do it.
And how many teams shy away from running the football in a 2-point conversion? They treat 2 yards as if it were 20. If you're a good team running the ball, go to your strength. Go ahead and push it into the end zone.
Yeah, they did. It worked. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So out now comes the offense back onto the field. And they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like at the start of a game with the emotion. Guys a little bit jumpy.
You do.
Oh, you understand the same way. It's just like us calling one, right? Making sure we ease into the game, let it come to us.
Well, you went 3 and out.
And now they have that opportunity.
No, you didn't go 3 and out. I went 3 and out on that first drive. I'll try to do better here. The drive starts with Rob Kelly, and he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. And the big meat on the D-line. We'll see how they do today.
And I'd hate to be an offensive lineman having to deal with these guys. They come in hungry, mean, and confident. They think that no one can block them.
Counting down toward the midway point in quarter one.
Let's go. 3-19.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Vontaze Burfict. In from his linebacker spot, he's able to drop him for a loss of about 10.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. Now back to throw. Under pressure again, and down he goes again.
I remember when I was a kid and all I wanted was a nickel so I could get that soda down at the fountain. And guess what? The nickel came into play well. 5 defensive backs, they covered well, allowed for the sacks.
Sodas were a nickel when you were a kid?
No, I just needed the extra nickel so I could pay the proper price.
Okay, how much were they? A dime? What were they?
15 cents.
Here's Sam Cook now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. Ross on the return. A solid stiff arm. Oh, and now he bowls him over. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Bengals will take over in terrific field position. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. And certainly they'll be hoping to hit pay dirt like they did on the last drive. Got the football back, so a chance to go up 2 scores.
And they haven't been tentative at all in this ball game because sometimes you start a game with your script to try and get information out of the opposing defense. How will they play you in certain situations? Sometimes you script to attack.
And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Tyler Eifert, 31 yards. And the Bengals add on to their lead. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, play here for a touchdown. So they're going to go for 2. Here's a toss coming right. And he is in to make it 16-0. So 2 successful 2-point tries now for them.
And you know what it does? It gives you a boost, a huge one for your team because, hey, you're dominating them now. They can't stop you either scoring touchdowns or 2-point conversions. But how about the defense? You don't know what to do at this stage. You can't stop them in any direction.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. Now the Bengals defense readies as they head onto the field. And a big reason they've got the lead here in the first half, some of these hits we're going to see here.
Almost like they're a group of superheroes, right? Something out of a comic book. Boom, pow, biff. They are really playing well and making things happen on their side of the ball.
Taking me back to my childhood a bit.
There you go. You had a collection, didn't you?
I did. They'll start on the ground with Kelly. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They get a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. They'll keep it in the hands of Kelly. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a third down.
Every year I go to the combine and marvel at the speeds that linebackers are running nowadays. They run like DBs. And let's face it, they know how to finish plays too. Eyes up, head up, run right through them.
And a nickel look here for the Bengals as they try to defend this on third. They'll look to throw here. Over the middle, complete. It's Dennis. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a fourth down.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it to that big frame and hope he could scatter some bodies, unable to get it done. Here's
Sam Cook now as he's on to punt for Baltimore. So we played a quarter here in the AFC Championship game. 16-0 is our score. We'll return to Cincinnati after this.
The NFL on EA Sports is fueled by Gatorade, the sports fuel company.
Second quarter now. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis with you. It's the Ravens who have the football. They are, however, facing a fourth down situation. Here's Sam Cook now as he's on to punt for Baltimore. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. This will be fielded at the 17. A great return there of 22 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. So now the Bengal offensive unit back out onto the field. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Hoping now to get back in the end zone on his 4th possession. And now running right through it. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. They'll get 14 on that one. Good for a Bengal first down.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Now they'll run it on the toss. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. That'll go as a loss of 5, and it'll make this a 2nd and long. Now that play was doomed right from the start.
They just about ran into every defender on that one, didn't he? It felt like everyone got a piece of that tackle.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 5 yards will get him back to the original line of scrimmage, but now they're looking at 3rd and 10.
He was hoping to get to the edge, but they did a really nice job of forcing him back inside. That's excellent fundamental defensive football. Don't let them outside where they can really shred your defense.
And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. And now before they run this 4th down play, we're going to get a timeout. That's their second, so they'll have 1 remaining here in this second quarter. We'll be right back. So we're back. offense getting set following the call of that timeout. Looks like the offense is going to take another shot here. They're going on 4th and 13. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Going deep for Eifert. The swing pass caught. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Tyler Eifert, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Bengals are able to grow their lead. Wow, talk about a big 4th down conversion for the score. Defensively, how do you let that happen?
I think you start with the offense, and you give them credit for going for it, having that kind of, well, let's face it, audacity. But defensively, I think you're right on target, partner. There's no way something like that's supposed to happen in that situation. You're supposed to be able to shut that down and get the ball back for your own team. Instead, they give up not just a big play, but a touchdown.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Ravens offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. The results for them so far not that great. Well, not good at all. 3 drives, 3 punts.
Yeah, and now what you're doing is you're looking at your play sheet, trying to figure out what you're going against defensively. I wonder, are they showing them something they haven't seen?
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Kevin Minter not dropping into coverage. He comes on the blitz and takes him down for a loss of 9.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, Definitely been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's a long way to go in this football game. And his throw's going to be incomplete. The Ravens on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be 3rd and 19. He'll drop to throw. And this is Gabriel on the catch. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
Well, that's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath by all means.
He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. It's taken to the 26. Great blocking, nearly sprung him there. 28-yard return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. And out now, here come the Bengals. Now they'll run it on the toss. And some room to roam now. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. 18 yards on that one, and the Bengals are moving. 1st down. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that would look like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the 2nd level, because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the 2nd level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
Two minutes to go here in the 1st half. Back with more of the AFC Championship game after this. A reminder, as we did all through the regular season, we'll check in with Larry Ridley at halftime. He'll have highlights and analysis of this 1st half of play. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's got some space here. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. A great play there with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Bengals add on to their lead. And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. I can get some more. And he'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
Here's a toss coming right. And he is into the end zone again as he scores both the touchdown and the 2-point conversion to extend this lead. Needed a couple yards for the 2-point try. They go to the ground game, and it works.
And sometimes it's the exact right thing to do because a lot of teams play you for the pass. So you spread people out, decide to run the football. You often find good running lanes.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Ravens offense now, they get set to head back on the field. Typically down to the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive. But they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, and normally, you know me. I mean, you've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time. First half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Sammy Coates has it complete. Now a loose football. The ball comes out, and the Bengals grab it. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line.
Thank goodness for heaters up here. And thank goodness I don't have to carry the football in this game. It's January. It's cold out there. Trying to clutch the football and absorb the hits, not easily done.
Yeah, we saw a product of the elements right there. The Bengal offense now gets set to head back out onto the field. Now, these guys hardly got a chance to catch their breath after the quick turnover, but I doubt they're complaining much.
Especially with the field position they get to start with. I wouldn't be complaining either. I want to get right back out there and get after them because now you have an opportunity to make a big play. I'd say let's be aggressive and go after it.
Really nice starting field position here for the offensive unit. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's going to get this inside the 30. It's a Bengal first down, a pickup of 11.
Really good, skillful, tough running throughout this contest. Picked up first down after first down. He's got to have a nickname, doesn't he? How about the human first down machine? I think that fits.
Now they'll run it on the toss. Wasn't a ton of space, but a great move. He's able to work it to the 20-yard line. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
But no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. A great effort there. Saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game. And the Bengals have got it on cruise control. He's got the hat trick, 3 touchdowns now.
Did you throw yours?
I didn't have mine. You've got yours. You've got one of those Abe Lincoln hats.
Yeah, and that stovepipe is going right out there for him. A nose for the end zone. 3rd time today. I think he deserves a tip of the cap.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
So we are halfway home to figuring out who will represent the AFC in the Super Bowl. As we'll send you down to Orlando, where Larry Ridley has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Larry?
Thanks, Brandon, and welcome to our EA Halftime Report. I'm Larry Ridley. The Bengals have to be thrilled with the way they're playing right now. The Ravens, though, have fought so hard to get to this point, and now are being blown out at the break. All right, here we go. Let's take a look at some of the highlights from the first half. Midway through the first quarter, great blocking on this long run, and he'll win the sprint to the end zone. They strike first in the half. 1st and 10, Eifert with the catch over the middle, and it leads to a touchdown as they take a 16-0 lead. 4th and long. The long ball will find its mark here, and this 4-play drive goes for a touchdown. The lead grows to 22. Now 1st and 10. Impressive blocking frees up the ball carrier, and he'll win the sprint to the end zone. Bengals go up by 30. 1st and 10. Coates is going to cough up possession here. Now after the fumble, it's going to be a run play here. He'll score his 3rd touchdown of the half as the lead continues to mount.
Yeah, who has time for a halftime show with a trip to the Super Bowl on the line? Let's get back to it. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. Returning it, John Ross. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. The Bengal offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. And he's going to be out of bounds, but able to take it inside the 40-yard line. That one's good for 35 yards on the ground and a first down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Now they'll run it on the toss. Flashed the stick skills, but didn't get a ton from it. Stopped short of the 35. Now it appears we've got an injured Raven down there on the field. Well, he gets attended to will step aside. Second down, 8. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's brought down after a good gain. A big play on the ground there. It goes for 36 yards.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball, protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. They come out here in the eye. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he takes it into the end zone. Touchdown, Bengals. A great play there. Taking it in. And the Bengals just continue to pour it on. And he was excellent on that drive. He deserved to be the one to get across the chalk.
Oh, I agree with you totally. A workhorse on the drive. And how about that last decisive run to punch it in?
And he will get into the end zone again. And he seems to have a nose for it as he gets both the touchdown and the two-point conversion. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Ravens offense getting ready now for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. A well-executed blitz, no doubt. Great job by the linebacker. Maybe the quarterback, if he could have seen that, could have audibled there.
Yeah, he needed to be in a different play because that one just meshed perfectly for the defense. All the gaps were filled except for the one the offense really wanted to run through. And that was filled by a big man wanting to make a tackle.
And he made a great tackle. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Dennis. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. That catch good for 5. It's third down.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
The Ravens on third down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. They're going to look to throw. And that is incomplete. Another drive comes and goes. Still nothing on the scoreboard.
Yeah, and when the second half comes, you know, it's real easy to get discouraged and wonder if you're ever going to get things started. You just got to fight through it. Got to keep pounding away.
And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Now here's Ross. Well, he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Bengals.
That certainly feels like that kind of game, doesn't it? No matter what they do, it's going to work. That might be the absolute crusher right there. A punt return for a touchdown.
Feels like there's been a lot of crushers in this game. This lead just gets bigger. Here's a toss coming right. And they're a perfect 5 for 5 now on two-point conversions as he is in to get them 2 more. And so they run it in on the two-point try. You know, so often, Charles, we talk about from the offense's perspective, what you do on the two-point conversion. How about the defense? How do they play run versus pass?
It's really difficult for them because I think most teams want to play for the pass. That's what they see most teams do. And so are you able to mass enough people inside if the team decides to run it? Very difficult. I think what you're seeing a lot more now, people blitzing the two-point conversion. They want you to make a quick decision and make it right now.
There, the offense wins the battle for 2. Kelly on the counter. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
Looking to throw. Left side here, caught by Clay. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down.
That was an okay hook up there with his tight end, but unfortunately, they didn't get the kind of yards they had hoped for. That's going to bring up third down.
The Ravens on third down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. He'll look to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Dennis. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
Here's Sam Cook now as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. .44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. This is brought in at the 21. Oh, the spin. It looked like he might beat that last man. He doesn't, though, but it goes as a 32-yard return. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. First down throw coming for Dalton. Going deep for Eifert. The swing pass caught. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Tyler Eifert saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game. And the Bengals have got it on cruise control.
And this is obviously quite a performance. And most of the time when we talk about someone putting a team on their back, I think we're talking about a guy who runs the football. In this case, it's a guy out wide catching it, and he's done exactly that, truly leading his team right now towards victory.
3 touchdown catches. He's been the headliner. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And the Ravens taking the field. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try to figure out what is working, and call more of that. Let's face it, perfection is something we all chase, whether it's playing this game or whatever we do. Hard to attain, but that's what they were searching for as that pass goes incomplete.
All right, here we go. Boom, landed.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Setting up the screen to Kelly. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. Calling a loss of 2 on the play. And they'll be facing a 3rd and 12.
Time to give a little credit here. That was an excellent read by the guys on the defensive side of the ball.
Oh, you're crediting your defense.
Got to credit them on that one because they tried to fool them, right? Tried to trick them, ran a screen, and they went to it and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
He'll leave it for Kelly complete. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. It's an 8-yard pickup, and that'll bring up 4th down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
And take it right on the 30. And just shedding him off there. Oh, I nearly broke that one. As it stands, though, a heck of a 36-yard run back. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. And a great spot to start this drive from here.
Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll work his way inside the 30 now to the 28. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. And I think we can get used to seeing more of that in this 4th quarter, especially if they're having success on the ground. Back now in Cincinnati. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's got room. And he'll take this into the end zone for Bengal TD. A great effort there. 28 yards. And the Bengals just continue to pour it on.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run. And one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
And they're able to ground it in there on the 2-point try. And you and I were talking before the game that 2-point conversions from the 15-16 season, what has changed, what hasn't changed, partner?
Yeah, I'll tell you what's changed is just your normal strategy, because now you're either kicking the football with the ball on the 15-yard line, or if you decide to go for 2, they put it on the 2-yard line. So what are you thinking as a coach? Do I risk it? Do I go for it here? Do I try and gain a strategic advantage and maybe go for 2 early? That's what people are wondering about.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. And he drops it incomplete. And they're
Getting them alive.
on is the punter Cook, who sends it away. Taken from just outside the 30. He chucks him aside.
Dumped him.
Evades the tackler, and now some space. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And out will come the offense as they take over. And here now the offense heading back out there. And they have made this look easy. And there's not supposed to be anything easy about the NFL playoffs, but this lead, yes, they're at home, but this has been impressive.
And we hear all the time when upsets happen, teams go on the road, that maybe home field advantage isn't all it's cracked up to be. But you and I both know the reality is teams really fight hard to get it. Why? You don't ever have to change routine. Everything's familiar going into the game. It makes things easier, and that has paid off for them in a big way in this contest. The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
And that one is incomplete. He just dropped it. But they're up big on the scoreboard, so maybe he can chuckle about later.
They decided to take a shot and right down the middle of the field, and really, they didn't give it as much time to develop, did they? They want to take that shot somewhere around the 15-yard mark.
And the defense able to recover, bat it free. Going deep for Eifert. It's caught at the 10. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Tyler Eifert, 53 yards. And the Bengals have got it on cruise control. And let's count them up now. 1, 2, 3, 4 touchdown receptions for him in this game.
And just one shy of the NFL record. What a great performance. Going up and catching the football, creating space, and finding the end zone. That's what it's all about.
So they kept it on the ground, got it into the end zone. But Charles, sometimes you probably see teams treat a two-point conversion differently than if it was first and goal from the 2, or I should say third and goal from the 2.
I agree with you totally on that. A lot of teams treat it as if they have farther to go and shy away from running the football. I think this is a great spot to do it because most teams play you for the pass. Go ahead and run it, let your lineman surge, and fire out.
And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. And now here come the Ravens. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Seeing that play and understand just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack.
It's been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Let's go. 3:39.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. And he will find his man on the outside. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down.
A short gain that doesn't get them the first down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Ross on the return. "35 yards on the return." Picked up some good blocks as well. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row. There were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried.
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
Here's a toss coming right. And he is into the end zone again. So get him some oxygen. He scores on the long run and then punches in the 2-point conversion for good measure. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions.
And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. He'll look to throw. To the sideline. Wow, what a catch. Doesn't get a lot out of it, but he is able to keep the feet in bounds. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be third down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling.
And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Kevin Minter able to get him down for a loss of 11 on the play. And it'll be fourth down. Time for a break. Here's Sam Cook now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Here's Sam Cook now as he's on to punt for Baltimore. Let's take it inside his own 40. Extending the arms.
Oh, yes, it works.
And now it looks like he's in some discomfort after being tackled at the end of that return. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. From the 2-yard line now, it's first and goal. Now they'll run it on the toss. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.